They can get started with that kind of energy. They can get started with that kind of performance. Maybe they could steal away the second map. Maybe they could bring us to Ancient a deciding map. Regardless, we're about to find out. MOUZ starting on the CT side and starting on the attacking side of Nuke. Dallas, potentially the last map of Counter-Strike we have for you. Give it everything you've got. Grand Finals map 2.
And straight away, ENCE look towards outside. A tentative approach. No one spotted yet for the crosshairs of the T's. They'll gather outside of red, and the flash will force Torzi to go back behind Heaven, but he sees the numbers. And they're going to run on down. dycha at the front of the attack. Maden's being left upwards.
That could be a brutal lurk. Oh yeah, and it actually will be. Torzi goes down.
All right, now dycha's chance with the P250. A lot of bullets being sent in, but that's the chance, that's the opening now. But Frozen's here, Joe is placed in play, and it's Frozen that freezes them in their stance. He goes back for a little bit more, and he's got JDC to help him. MOUZ do not break, they do bend, and there's still a chance for it all to break apart. With 55 seconds remaining, Maden is still here. Remember his initial lurk. Well, he's coming back down the ramp, and Frozen gets active, but what a shot from NERTZ. JDC reads the wraparound and gets out of there. He doesn't take the kill, but he'll take that sign to run away, to get behind those double doors. And now a better position to peek on out, and JDC gets the first round on the board for MOUZ.
That's a massive performance from JDC. So critical to get started on the right foot if you're MOUZ, and that's a grinding affair. His kill to save Frozen's life is so important. Frozen was in a lot of trouble. Great rotation over. This is the nice double kill, but it's this next one from JDC that bails him out of a tough spot and lets JDC win the round. But as we know, ENCE isn't gonna give up. Even with the scattered economy, Mac 10 on NERTZ, Tech 9s, and a P250 for Sunpius.
And NERTZ is so quick about this. Speeding out through the door, but Exertion, we see him in this position a lot. He's very comfortable watching that vent drop, so they try and get through elsewhere, and they run right into Dexter. Exertion is overwhelmed. Maden's Tech 9 has a bit more in it, a bit more to give. And it's given everything it can. It's not going to be enough. MOUZ close in the second they convert.
Yeah, none of the early kills for ENCE, which means they couldn't stream into the bomb side, which allowed the rotations for MOUZ to shift over and get comfortable.
And because they're not getting the bomb plant down, because they are not getting into those competitive positions, no money here, so should be the flawless start for MOUZ. They need a good start. You know, you're coming into this map, you're mapped down after losing Mirage. You know you're going up against ENCE, who the desk have pointed out are very comfortable and should be a lot better than MOUZ on this affair. Well, if you're going to do it, if you're going to find your way into this final, it's got to be the hard way.
Ooh, Snappi. Seemed like he read it, but didn't have the timing. Maden's going to fall prey to the aggressive stance from Torzi. And dycha's trapped on the roof, nowhere to go. Just NERTZ remaining towards ramp room. And this is easy for MOUZ. They get to build up some money. They get to start feeling comfortable going into the third round, going into the first full buy round.
NERTZ cleared out. JDC makes a quick meal of it. Not a single player will fall, but here comes the start of the game here on Nuke. The buy in for ENCE. The guns are out for both sides, and there's no messing around. We're not going to see any of these SMGs. We're going to see rifle on AWP action.
Yeah, Torzi with the op. Then he himself individually was starting to look good on Mirage. Let's see if he can bring it in right out of the gate on Nuke. 5 AK-47s for ENCE. dycha heading towards outside. Going to be joined with a smoke wall. Frozen challenging at the entrance to Mini.
And that wall will be built. Trying to spam down Frozen at the credit card, but it's declined. And they'll walk with him towards Secret. And Exertion, I'll let you in on this one. He's already there. He's ready. And holding them off, tossing utility to delay and keep them in this fight versus Frozen, and he is having a field day, just damaging them up, so ENCE have to try and find the path elsewhere, and the path least traveled. Torzi doesn't connect a shot, so they have to rely on Frozen, and in these moments he doesn't crack, and he does it again. Frozen has done so much already for MOUZ in this round. 3 collected, ENCE get nowhere, and surely this is the conversion on the round win.
Frozen's gonna get the glory with the triple kill, but Torji just having presence distracted both Sunpius and Maden as they turn the corner to deal with him. Nice little bit of teamwork. Nert steps up to the plate next. Him and Snappi can't find any fights outside. Nobody's peeking back into this from MOUZ.
Torji's scope leaves the position at the wrong time, so it actually gives Nerds this sanctuary to cross over towards Secret.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the bomb. So, I mean, they're not going to be able to get into that bomb site. Somehow Nerds has to create an opportunity. There's only 30 seconds left on the clock. 5 people to find. And MOUZ wisely just mostly turtled up into the bomb sites. Frozen's just left on an island outside, but they have to come find him if they want him, and this round's going to slip away. Save call coming in from ENCE. 2 AK-47s will move forward. But MOUZ now up to 4.
Well, a great start from JDC and Frozen. In particular, Frozen in this round. It works well with Exertion towards Secret. Exertion is actually walking into this AK. No gun in hand, so this actually should be a kill, no problem for Nerds.
What's he doing?
He's not ready at all for that. A much better start for MOUZ than overall Mirage. They're actually in the game here. You remember, ENCE just dominated them in that first half, didn't let them get into it at all. This is a different story.
Yeah, this is the MOUZ we got in the second half of that game once they woken up. Let's see how many they can build off, how many they can rattle together. Another buy for ENCE, they force up into it. Even less utility than you'd ever like. 1 smoke, 2 flashes, and it's all played early on. So expect this one to be a bit brawly in the early going, and Torji's gonna land the first punch.
He's missed a few, but he nails that one. Look at the ground that Maden's got. He's through main, and he will be the main character in this round. A double kill up towards the rafters. Frozen comes in to deny that from happening. A 3 versus 3 established with so much time left, and JDC peers up Secret, and that is the most important kill he could have found because that's the bomb. And ENCE without that have no shot at winning the round. They've got to reconsider their options and the pathway back.
And once again, Frozen just makes the god play. Oh, I can't believe he's pushing this.
This is so good.
This is so bold, but it's going to be perfect if he makes it up the ladder. dycha, that's a nice headshot, but there's just such a timer on this due to the flank from Frozen. Although if he makes a noise, Nerds will be able to hear him and call that out.
Look at how slowly and silently
He's
creeping up, but now he's made that noise and they are looking for him up on the silo. Nerds has come up to get him from behind, and ENCE have turned this back. It is just JDC, and his last whereabouts were spotted towards Secret. He's trying to watch that bomb, but he's worried about silo now. He's worried about a potential flank, but they're both coming in from the same side, right in front of him. And JDC, they know exactly where he is, and dycha will destroy him. A headshot locked in, and a great recovery to the round from ENCE.
That's a fantastic round for ENCE considering what they brought into it. Everything had to be done with minimal utility. That's all just heads up fight. The fact that Maden is able, that kill is sacrificed outside so that Maden can make this play, and that throws everything into chaos. Some beautiful shooting, some fine work from dycha and Nerds in the 2v2. And ENCE gets on the board.
Now Mac 10 for Snappi, and we touched on when he has that Mac 10, these are some of the best rounds that can come out of him when he can call around the speed. And those smokes go down towards outside. The wall created, but no one playing with them. JDC's gathering info from his more advanced spot towards ramp. He's not alone. He's got the AWP of Torji. They're going to start making their way forward.
And nobody's really in here to like watch for this kind of a push. JDC and Torji are going to have a really strong standing towards lobby. A really good bait setup as well. Torji can just pick off one. That sets JDC up very nicely. This looks like an upper execute, which means they can have a very fast flank in as well, but Torji and JDC give it up. Despite the advantages, they fall away from it.
Here comes the pop flash on out. Nerds goes for a peek. Towards the back of the site. Nothing's coming ENCE's way. They're not getting these openings they're hoping for, and there's not a whole lot of other options but to just go and send everything into the fight. Nerds on the side, a quick turn again. This guy's mechanics are incredible.
And no one from MOUZ is able to get over despite the execute, despite the counter utility that delayed ENCE. Nobody else from MOUZ except for the initial defenders were here. Reinforcements way too late. JDC stuck in vents. Frozen has nobody with him. This round's done.
And what a find Nerds is. They've done it again. Snappi and Saw have found another gem. And it's another player from Israel that's come into the ranks of ENCE and impressed the world. There was questions, can he do it on the playoffs? He's passed out with flying colors. And at every moment, Nerds has shown what he is capable of pulling off.
Yeah, think back to the 1v3 clutch on Mirage as well. That helped ENCE close out the first map. Now a pair of entry kills here into the upper bomb site to get them their second round. He's been absolutely fantastic, and that's going to lead us to the first time out. MOUZ want to talk things over because they've got the last buy in their pocket before they run out of funds.
Cyclone used a lot of those timeouts in the first half of Mirage. This is his first one taken so far on Nuke. Getting on the mic, loose, pretty calm over there still for MOUZ. That was a discussion from ENCE. They looked so comfortable in that first game. We're never getting a knife out here.
There's been a couple, I think throughout the weekend. We've seen, two. That ain't bad, all things considered.
Pretty good odds.
Back to the game, timeout comes to a close. MOUZ up by 2, but it's tenuous, it's shaky. On the verge of being broken on the CT side of Nuke.
Nerds behind the smoke. JDC's looking for legs. He's looking for any sign of life behind that smoke itself, and if he hasn't seen that, it means no spam has come in, and JDC might be under a lot of scrutiny because this attack is lining up. A congregation of ENCE players, and JDC's selection is this angle. First kill's good, spots more as he drops on down. He's done very well there.
JDC's been fantastic to start this map. He delivers another good kill and gets away, and look at the way he's buying time. One rotation shifts down the vents. JDC wants a little bit more, misses the initial salvo. Doesn't want to peek any longer, but he does. He pops up as the flames come in.
And JDC finally runs out of ammo. That'll cost him his life. And why?
Oh, no.
Why is Senpai suddenly appeared? 0 kills until this point, and they brought it back. Nerds and Senpai is the two sharpest weapons, and it's suddenly only Dexter. The lone Aussie in the clutch of a 1 versus 2, and he's not gonna get it done. Senpai he wasn't here on Nuke at any point, but he announces his arrival within an explosive 3K.
That rips the heart out of MOUZ. That takes all the money away. How did this turn so quick? Sunpius stepping into the flames. Torji never would have expected it. What a sequence to crack that open. Oh, MOUZ had all the advantages provided by JDC, and they all go to waste.
And that round cost him so much because the money, it's gone. MOUZ don't have the weapons to do battle with ENCE, and they feel freed up, emboldened by that fact. And so dycha has moved already behind those smokes outside. He's down secret.
Yeah, this should tie things up. Nice and easy unless ENCE runs into some kind of a stack, some kind of trouble. Let's see if anyone from MOUZ can step up. Initial tags with damage, but Snappi in that MAC-10. Look how much space and how much information he's provided. The follow-up players know exactly what they're headed into. And nice and easy, 4-4. ENCE march on. 4 rounds in a row for the ENCE attack.
And some of them haven't been easy. That previous round down on B, it looked surely to come up MOUZ thanks to JDC. But you're seeing the depth and skill on this ENCE team. When there's only 2 players alive, they're still able to turn it back in their favor. And the money is back for MOUZ, the AWP out for Torji. Exertion, we talked about him playing his first grand final up here. He's 0-7, yet to get a kill on that board so far. Here on Nuke, and it's speed again for ENCE. Nerds out towards vent.
It's good standing. They can do a lot with this kind of position. How long does he want to stay here? Once again, there's the aggression towards radio room. There's the flashbang out. Exertion towards, but it's too late. It's too late. He knew what was coming, couldn't stop it. JDC once again called upon, but way too many players in way too many places.
But look at Frozen, he's undetected, and Torji burns away Nerds, so it's suddenly a 2 versus 2, and doable again for MOUZ. Bomb planted. And some time now for MOUZ to consider options and whether or not it's even worth it.
No, it's not. There's no kit, there's no HP on Torji. He does have 1 flashbang, but even if you set Frozen up to come up heaven, they're going to know where both players
They
are.
are going for it. It looks like Frozen's about to get up the ladder. Torji had the flash at the ready, but Torji's coming with him. They want to go into this battle together. 2-on-2, over the top, but it feels like they're just running to their death. And snap, right over the knee of Snappi. There's no way they were pulling that off.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit early in the game at 4-4 to kind of force that retake. You could have had an AWP, you could have had M4 in this round to go up with some half buys on other opponents. You could have made something work in this next upcoming round. Now you don't have those weapons, so an ill-fated, in my opinion, decision to retake into the bomb site. ENCE have an advantage. Another timeout for MOUZ. And they won't have a lot of tools to work with.
They won't. They're starting to struggle. It's starting to slip away this good start that we mentioned, how it's so different to what they experienced in the first map. Well, it can quickly go awry, it can quickly go back in favor of ENCE, and that is what is happening. 5 rounds in a row, and no signs of that stopping.
No signs at all. MOUZ buying up what they can, armor and pistols, Frozen with an MP9. But ENCE fully kitted out, looking supreme. And an AWP now for Snappi.
And a quick call again. Straight down the vent is dycha. He drops. And Frozen will do his best to stop anybody else from going down, but that is the bomb. That is the bomb caught by Dexter. There may be forces down on B, but the bomb is still at the top of the vent. And dycha has lost his life. This is a sinking feeling for ENCE. They look so good in these quicker rounds. There's still a chance to recover, but a mess lays in front of them. Snappi cannot make it work, and Nertz is nowhere near the fight.
Oh, Snappi screwed up a little bit there. Third player in the bomb, he ran into the vents, didn't make it down, tagged up as well. What a gift provided. And MOUZ win a miraculous one with just pistols. Unless Nertz has a little bit more magic in him. Not at all. Exertion cleans him out. And this game stays as close as you'd like, tied up at 5.
That is such an important round for MOUZ to pick up. You're down on weak weapons, and they have the goal to go for. They want to get aggressive again, and this kill makes the difference. Snappi couldn't make it down the vent, and as the bomb carrier, you're the most important player to get down that vent. You gotta say, JDC once again, even when he's alone and he's got the weaker gun, he's still able to find impact.
That's the moment of frustration you're allowed as an in-game leader. A quick shake of your head between rounds because you gotta buckle up and get right back into it. Snappi takes some of the pressure off your shoulders with an opening kill.
Look at the speed again. Run it back. This time towards outside. And that is what Snappi was doing all of Mirage, opening up with this AWP, creating a gaping hole in this defense.
And then just the benefit, the freedom that the individuals have, that Snappi allows them to flex within, has given Nertz a massive position, 1 minute and 20 seconds, and he's already thinking about flanking up Heaven. Here's the grenade.
And Nertz climbs the ladder from Heaven. He'll look down to hell, and Frozen, his sixth sense kicks in. He looks up, and Nertz is punished. Exertion on the lower bomb site. What a quiet map has been from him, and that will continue. Silenced at the hand of dycha. And Snappi opens the decon door, trickles the smoke out. Maden stops him, or tries to at least, but Frozen, he's winning so many of these unfavorable fights, but the bomb will still be planted.
Frozen's reading this game so well. Maden made that exact play earlier on, and this time Frozen won't get caught off by it. No kit again on Dexter and Frozen.
Frozen wants this so much. 15 and 5. He'll descend down the vent, but he's so low on health. Just a bullet from Snappi would be enough. But they're getting on the defuse. Dexter is sticking it. Snappi gets the kill, but you've got to get to the defuse. You've got to get to this. Dexter,
no.
He's just gonna hold it all the way. But Snappi, in the final moments, in the dying embers of the round, saves it for ENCE.
The full defuse almost comes in. Oh, Dexter praying he would have had a kit. So close. And found eventually by Snappi. That was pure desperation, and once again, MOUZ is shuffled to the side. Can't win it.
Rounds in this grand final being decided by milliseconds. And that is how long it takes for ENCE to get into a bomb site. Here they come again. Nertz just barreling through, but they're getting butchered into the ground by the defense. JDC in the rafters, searched and found by Maden. Frozen, oh my goodness, Frozen! Uses every bullet he has and lays down the law. And Maden is up against Torzy. He's found 3 in this round already. What's 4 when you're Maden? Torzy cowering away. Had some big 1 versus 1s in that game versus Heroic. Not the prettiest rounds, but effective.
Both players playing without information at this point as well.
And maden, he's got the read, he's gonna check him, he's gonna cross over, and Torsi has no idea. maden makes it look easy. A 4K collected, and ENCE, they have another clutch.
That round felt like it should have been much stronger for ENCE. A good recovery from Frozen, that's absolutely perfect, but Snappi's starting to have a lot of fun calling in this game. All these upper pops, the drop down into vents, activating nerds through smoke. He's opened the playbook, and he's having a real good time with it. On the other side, it's MOUZ struggling to contain what's coming at them. So many different looks. And round 13.
It's quick again, of course it is. Seizing their chance behind these smokes. ENCE did lose to a couple of these upgraded pistols and SMGs a couple of rounds prior, but this time they've avoided that top site and they're going to get down secret.
A 7-1 run in that one round provided by 5.7s and deagles and pistols. It's been all ENCE.
And just think about how many of those rounds could have went MOUZ's way. Could have been a completely different story here. They could have extended their CT prowess. But ENCE have won the rounds in the moments that matter. They walk lower down to B. Snappi at the front. He'll get himself into the position of decon. He's got so many forces with him, so many of his soldiers. Frozen's got down on B.
I mean, this time at least MOUZ know what's coming. They have an idea, plant inside the smoke. Frozen can't put a stop to it. Around the side of it, it's Snappi. JDC caught out in the open, nowhere to go. Oh, Snappi! The call is wonderful, the triple kill is even better.
And you can know that it's coming, but dealing with it is a completely different story.
Hell yeah!
This guy knows what's up. This is Snappi fighting for everything that he's dreamed of. You know, these are the rounds. The fact that he is doing it his own way, he's confident that he is the best in-game leader in Denmark, whether you agree with it or not. Snappi believes it, and he believes in the calling style. He believes in the way that he's got here at the peak of his powers at 32, with a team that has never found this much success. And now he's going to run on in. Again, a topside hit, pulsating through the defense, and they have no idea. Torsi doesn't hear it, and Snappi breaks their backs. They're in the site, and there's no chance. But suddenly there is, because JDC's pushed around the ramp, and he's quite quick about this. But Snappi is starting to read that. He knows that the only move they have up their sleeve is to try and get back from ramp quickly and work a play through heaven and through the door. And Frozen begins that heaven walkout. The distraction sets up JDC for the chance to catch Snappi unaware, and they've run it back. MOUZ recover it. They put an end to the streak, and although they get into the site, they butcher them into the ground. It's still the MOUZ recovery.
That felt so unlikely. You want to talk, we focused so much on Snappi. Look at MOUZ, Frozen 19 kills, JDC 18 kills. The next closest is 5. Those two are keeping MOUZ in this game as best they can. Everyone else is getting battered, and they repeatedly stand tall. No better than this clutch right here as JDC comes in.
It's just really incredible. It has been 2 players showing up in this final. 2 players on this map. It's JDC and Frozen. They're doing everything they can for MOUZ to make this competitive, to stand a chance.
Desperately trying to buy time for their teammates to wake the hell up.
They won't be able to do it alone forever. MOUZ need more. And the last round of this first half, the last round of MOUZ's defense, and Frozen in an unlikely position. Undetected, and dycha will not consider it. That gives Frozen the easy free kill and all of the info that he needs to know that it isn't the outside play, to ready the troops inside of the top site, to know that that play is likely to either come towards the site or in through ramp. And Exertion doesn't want to sit back.
This is good counter utility though, good job delaying. ENCE for so much of this half have been able to get whatever they've wanted off of their calls. This time, MOUZ able to stall them out, take a 5-on-4, slow them in lobby. And they're just waiting for the squeak smoke to clear. Gonna be a very tough hit. Molotov to open up access to Hut.
How often has Exertion been the player at the tip of your tongue when you talk about MOUZ, when you talk about the exciting prospects? He's not here on Nuke. He isn't here, and neither are ENCE on the top side. They've got down the vent, Exertional double his kills with that pick on Snappi, but they're down the vent already, and Sampais is waiting for them to come through. He cuts off that rotation. Nuke is ready for ramp. And it is complete collapse here for MOUZ. Complete and utter collapse at the end of this first half. Exertion gets a better gun. You mentioned waking up, Jason. This would be the round to do it.
He has a kit as well, so he's got time. Low HP on both players. It's a matter of finding them, and that's going to be the difficult part. Maden's got it. A quick swing out, and ENCE lay it on thick on the offensive side of Nuke, and they're marching towards the IEM Dallas trophy.
But the harder you chase it, I'm the greatest that you ever met. It's time that you face it, so tell me. Why you still testing my patience? Trying to turn me into something I ain't trying to be. All the hate is a heavy rotation. You gon' lose yourself, quit testing me. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Test me. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me.
Finals going on. The next grand final for ESL Impact is about to start, and Vilga's with me. Already 4-time champion, now potentially 5 as well. You still get nervous at this, or you feel like you got it already?
To be honest, always a bit nervous before every game, but then as soon as we get into the game, we get all the confidence and we are there to destroy.
And you guys do destroy. You guys have been super confident, but what's it been like in front of this crowd? You enjoyed it?
Actually, finally we have some people cheering for us. In Katowice it was for Navi, before it was for Brazilian teams. Now I can hear and feel the energy and support, and it's actually really fun.
You've gained and earned their respect, but let's see. 5 championships means 1 for each player to hold a trophy. That sound good?
Sorry, once again?
5 championships, 5 trophies, 1 for each player on the team. Sound good?
Yeah, it sounds amazing. We're actually giving away the trophies after every tournament by pulling out the straw, you know?
I like it. So now soon everyone's going to have one.
Everything is fair, right?
There we go. I like it. Vilga, thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
A lot of MVP candidates played throughout this final. You can have your say over the DHL MVP. Use your channel points to decide who you think it's going to be. Could be Sampais. Absolutely has had a great grand final here, especially on that first map. And that is what we'll be focusing in on as we return to play here on Nuke.
Yeah, if I had channel points, it'd be really hard to go away from Sampais at this point. He's been an absolute monster. Look at the way he's turning these rounds around. Look at the precision and the headshots and the confidence with which he's playing. We just saw him on the T side. Well, now you put that AWP in his hands on defensive Nuke, and it might just be a completely different story. His little Bash brother, Nertz, the two skilled stars of ENCE are delivering a huge performance in these grand finals. Nertz has been excellent as well, impactful, clutch for such a young player. This has been a beautiful time for him to shine.
Yeah, Nertz has been wonderful coming out of Endpoint into ENCE, and dycha, an unsung hero of ENCE quite often. He can deliver so much impact time and time again. We've seen that yesterday against FaZe, and this is how he kicked off the grand final. Nothing really seems to make him shake or crumble.
Yep, JDC over on MOUZ. He's been a consistent point of impact for the team, rising up through the academy ranks oh so long ago. Now looking really good, and he's put his mark on these grand finals as well, even though MOUZ still searching for a map victory to extend this. JDC certainly worthwhile of praise.
JDC kept him in that first half alongside this man, Frozen, who did so much to make MOUZ even competitive in the first half of Nuke. He's currently 20-9 as we head into that second half of Nuke. And this guy, the young veteran, the most experienced player on MOUZ, he's got to do a lot more. We return Dallas. We return into possibly the last half of Counter-Strike here at this competition. ENCE versus MOUZ, the grand final back underway. Second time around. It's ENCE here on the defense. Is it going to be enough for Snappi to win his trophy finally? We'll have to find out. Nertz heading in towards the site to watch door. That's his task. Flash sent out from dycha.
For MOUZ, this is all about forcing Ancient. Put together a good half here, bring it to a third map, try and get out of Nuke. You've had two players carry you to this performance, this scoreline. Reward them with a third map. Maden gets first contact, and he's stuck in vents. Like a rat, not a mouse, but there's JDC. Oh, and one more to it. Somehow still fighting.
It's the story of this game. But he's given them a chance, a window to try and jump through. And they'll take it down to B. We'll lock in the plant at a minimum, confirming at least a solid force buy option in the next round, but MOUZ have their eyes set on winning this round completely. They're collecting the first of the second half. And they're given a couple of chances, a couple of heads shown. But this is the play for Senpais. If this goes wrong, then it's over. And it is, as dycha comes back in, the USP. Oh, nearly gets the triple. Does so much in the end. And he comes down the ramp that should have been all over, but suddenly an opening back from dycha, and MOUZ have to shut that. That could have been the trap.
That got a little wild at the end. I thought dycha was gonna line him up. This is gross. MOUZ would have been so crushed and demolished. However, in a positive light, that's the second pistol round. Both pistols on this map won by MOUZ. A huge benefit as they try and recover on Nuke. And against a very strong ENCE team, they'll use everything they've got. Up against pistols here. And the scout on Senpais.
He's not going to see anything with the smokes. Allow MOUZ some safety, but the smokes fade as the bomb crosses over last. So very fortunate that Senpais wasn't watching that cross at that time. That could have been a disaster for Dexter, and now dycha brings his demonic Deeg through to fight exertion, but the MAC-10 is having a field day. Eats the hearts of two of the ENCE defensive players. And Senpais, nice connection with the scout. Can he get a bit more? That would have been the kill. But it hasn't come in, and now Senpais backs away alone because none of his teammates stand, none of them do enough.
Yeah, they hear the footsteps as well. He's running off to try and save this scout. He's going to be boxed in though, and he knows he's going to be challenged. It'll have to be a fighting escape. Two in front of him and JDC lurking behind him outside. The odds of Senpais making it out of this round with his life are none.
And this lead for ENCE shrinks now to 1. And that should completely shrink as we now look at no money for ENCE, nothing in the bank.
Nothing in the bank, indeed. Live into round 18, MOUZ trying to build up momentum, streaking some rounds together early.
So important that exertion starts to feel himself a bit more in this final. That first half, he didn't turn up, he didn't get anything done. These are the rounds that can start to rise up, but he gets absolutely domed by the P250.
Yeah, you would love to see him build a little bit of confidence in a round like this. Oh no, this is not going well. Frozen finally has something to say about in this round, brings it back to a one-man disadvantage. But an opening 2 kills is going to put MOUZ on notice. However, JDC and Frozen still alive, 21 and 24 kills. If anyone's going to bring you back into it, it'll be those two. And you still have the advantage of weaponry. So it's about poise now for this young MOUZ team. And they're going to wait. They're going to wait for Frozen, making the play across the map.
Yeah, he's begun his climb a long time ago around heaven. With the distraction, the shots coming in, they're not even looking, and finally they turn. They turn to a bullet to the face. JDC also comes through, and it is those 2 players that you mentioned, Jason. When they're up, you can never really count them out. It may be scary at the start of the round. And some Pies and Snappi now come back into the fray. There's a weapon down on the ground there for Snappi. He'll pick up a Galil. JDC pushes in the lobby. Some Pies is holding for the aggression. It does come, but it is inevitable. JDC was to pick up that pick. And now Snappi down in the lobby. JDC has no issue in dispatching of them. And the tale of 2 players continues for MOUZ. It is JDC and Frozen, who are 49 kills combined. No one else is here for MOUZ. It is literally JDC and Frozen in this second map.
Yeah, it's mental to think that this scoreline is even tied up, considering if you look at the scoreboard. Yeah, I'm with you. Give us another one. We'll take it.
But how long can that last? How long can it only be 2 players?
Not much longer. This is, I mean, the fact that you've even gotten to round 19 and still being in this game with only 2 players showing up is impressive. Exertion, a chance to have impact. Knows he's got dycha tucked in. Knows dycha can go nowhere.
How does dycha get out? He tucks his tail between his legs and leaves away. And it's some Pies through the smoke with it first. That would have been a collateral. That shot would have brought down 2, but the second peak, Torji is ready, and Snappi's in here too. A little bit of tunnel vision as they push forward, and Snappi's dropped the bomb. A second chance to dish out damage, but it won't come in this time. dycha, he punishes them for not bringing him down at the start of the round, but Exertion's already here on B. He'll collect that bomb and he'll head down to B.
2 on 2, there's no kids picked up for maden, and Frozen in the vents, lies in wait. dycha's already made his move, slid out early.
And he has been a little quieter than we've come to see before, but we talk about the impact he can get. The first kill's good, but Exertion, finally in this grand final, he's done something. He's delivered that moment here in the second half. And that could be the turning point.
Yeah, good early kill and holding on to the bomb plant after the fact. Could have been a tense situation. Nice positioning from dycha to make it a little bit difficult. Oh, good flick from Torji. He'd be another one to see pop off a little bit. MOUZ take a lead. JDC trying to hype the boys up after a big win.
And this is the first timeout for ENCE used.
Yeah, and this could end up being a little bit of a slip-up. There's a little trap lying in wait here for ENCE, where they're kind of in this weird economic hole trying to establish their money early, and MOUZ can really lean on that and punish it in the early stages to give themselves a nice start. And then if you're ENCE, it feels really weird that you're all of a sudden playing from behind.
ENCE certainly looked like the better team unit. Sometimes individuals can break through in those moments, and MOUZ, they'll take what they can. As they reach double figures first. Some Pies, oh my goodness, out of the sky. Dexter is destroyed. Exertion needs to make that space up, and he does. You can see he's much more honed in, but maden, when he's got the MP9 in hand, he can get right in your face and give you a taste of lead, pure lead. And Snappi will play it secret. He's even got dycha, who had rotated down relatively early at the start of this round. Would favor Torji with the weapon he's got here.
Strong defense in the upper bomb site as well, so Snappi can be patient also. They just smoke out Squeak Door. Nerds puts himself in position inside hut, so ENCE with the man advantage, just waiting for the next response. More than happy to leave ramp room open to make sure they can secure the upper bomb site.
Managed to wrangle their forces back outside of A.
Oh, they're coming into the setup.
Coming right into the deagle. can feel it loading up for dycha. He knows they're coming through. Sound made on the drop. JDC alerted to that spot. Now maden's AK. He was able to cleave this out of the hands of Exertion at the start of the round. Is that going to be this devastating factor? It certainly looks like it. Maden closes out. And ENCE with weak guns pulled through to tie it up again.
That is a calamity for MOUZ. They're going to be so frustrated. You can handle Dexter getting picked out of the sky, an incredible shot, but maden with that recovery, with the AK-47 in his hands. Again, the supporting cast of ENCE is so good at finding impact. So good at stepping up when called upon.
Maden has been so great in this competition. In both the semi-finals and the grand finals, some of the most important rounds that come out his hands. Zampias, he was devastating when he got into the openings. And now Dexter wraps around the site. Nert's not ready for the speed that's come at him. Maden again, off the top of the hut. He makes up for the mistake to allow them out. And that has stifled this. That has taken the sting out of MOUZ's attack into it.
And there's no real way that anyone from MOUZ could have taken advantage of some of the kill on Nert's in the upper bomb site. The route that was being run, the space that was being created. No one from MOUZ could build upon it in any way. So Exertion and JDC damaged. Low on HP. This round slows down. They don't have a whole lot of utility to work with, and again, ENCE just patiently lies in wait.
This round matters so much for the recovery of the money for ENCE and Snappi. How much does he want this one? If they come to ramp, he's the player that will be tested.
Same with Zampias. He's in the swing position. He'll rotate over as soon as Snappi gets intel.
Snappy's got the intel. He doesn't get the kill, but he'll drop and he'll draw Zampias forward to help if he wants, but he hasn't called for that. Zampias hasn't gone to hotel. Exertion takes a look at the damage from the fire.
And it's so smart for Snappi not to fight. He knows he can just back away and get reinforcements. All he has to do is survive.
He's got those reinforcements out to Decon. Snappi peers at the left side. He just seen a pixel of his opponent running in. The Tech 9's effective, and JDC's AK follows in. 25 seconds left as they leap towards the bomb site at B. The fire will not spread to JDC just yet, with the bullets of dycha search and find. A decisive round in this grand final, and it is ENCE who come up trumps.
1 round lead now. And they've gotten out of that scary position of not having money, so things start to look strong for ENCE. Confidence is going to swing in their favor. And dycha once again beginning an early retake at this lower bomb site, realizing even though 2 players are alive, with 1 planting, he's got an easy 1v1 to find.
And even with that bomb plant, MOUZ are just looking at a couple of pistols coming in. They didn't have enough money to get that in full investment. So this is a chance now for ENCE to build, to get closer and closer to that finish line. Something that they've fought for so long. So many finals of big events they have been to, but they have never been able to get through. Forever the contender, never the victor. They haven't been able to taste that sweet, sweet nectar of victory.
Oh, Zampias waiting with the op. Smoke is going to take his vision away, but again, tracks a player out of the sky. Legged on Exertion. Smoke to stop him, a flashbang to stop him, and a shot whizzes by. But Zampias knows everything. Calling it out to his team, you already got a rotation from Nertz.
Nertz is going to swing as well. He's confident coming out of the vent against these pistols. He'll get 2.
Hold the phone though, that's an M4 recovered. Now they don't have utility to block off anything and actually make it into the bomb site, but an M4 could do the trick.
And Snappi makes his way down. Oh, the double doors are closed, so he can't wrap around the back. But he can get himself deep into this site, and he's got dycha out at the side of the ramp to help him.
It's just without nades, if you're MOUZ, there's no good options.
There's no way you can comfortably leave these doors,
It's on Frozen. He needs to just get a 1D. Doesn't even get a shot off, and now there's a crossfire at deep angles. dycha and Snappi make short work of MOUZ.
That round was expected to go ENCE's way. But we're getting to those moments, those breaking moments. If ENCE are able to pull through with another gun round here, the chances of MOUZ forcing a 3rd map, of them staying in this grand final, start to slip through their fingers. And it has been incredible from Frozen and JDC, but where's your AWPer? Where is Exertion on a consistent basis? Where is the Dexter that we've seen through the big moments that got them into this position to begin with? Smoked out of ramp, so the quicker call denied.
dycha standing behind it. Here's nothing. Snappi in ramp room. Nertz and Maden at the upper bomb site. Sunpius in support of everyone. Snappi once again going to be called upon.
We've seen him decide
they turn
to
the
draw,
corner.
but they've actually got past. They slipped his crosshair, and Snappi is not ready. A big kill from Dexter, and Sunpius equals the numbers. That kill is so important, and he wouldn't dare go through that smoke because Maden's down here on the lowest site. They're gonna smoke out Decon. Torsi's play through the door is cancelled out, and ENCE, even though they've conceded the plant, even though they've conceded the site, they still have the player advantage.
Yeah, but Exertion lurking outside adds one more into it. Nerds gets caught on the rotation, so now they realize there's one more player somewhere else on the map they've got to worry about. Maden finds another. Sunpius a quick shot. And oh baby, Exertion, it's all on you.
And Maden's already on that defuse. They're not even gonna allow him to get close. That is around the pushes. ENCE further forward. And MOUZ, the bomb plant, get a bit of extra cash, but that is the only victory you can take away from that round. ENCE are taking a step closer and closer until they begin the walk to the front. They stare at that shield every second they look up. And soon it could be theirs. Cyclone tries to keep the heads of his players in it. This is an unfortunate fight that doesn't go JDC's way. He's been so clean, so good in those moments, but not this time.
Not this time, indeed. Well, they've got to muster up what strength they have left. 3 rounds back. That trophy slipping out of their fingers. MOUZ line up again in round 24.
This will be a challenge for Dexter's calling. We've seen Snappi elect for the quicker plays, the relentless pushes and pressure breaking down upon the MOUZ defense. Dexter's turn, he's flown off all the way around the world. He's given up so much to be here. And a chance in a grand final, his best opportunity yet to see a title for MOUZ. They've got to do it the hard way if they're to pull it back. And Sunpius, we've seen Frozen take this in the first half, but you don't often see the AWPer go up in this spot, up to the tower. And he'll peer on down. He knows Exertion is there. He'll hit the shot. And Sunpius is supremely confident, and he'll get away with his life.
Yeah, that's a costly little piece of map control for MOUZ outside, and yet again, they want to go towards Snappi. They want to challenge towards ramp room, but Sunpius is here as well.
Look how quick he's got back to help out his captain.
Yeah, counter Molotov is going to slow things down and make MOUZ reconsider. Exertion can do nothing but lurk. He's been brought down to 24 HP. That's utility wasted over towards ramp room and over towards outside, all thanks to Sunpius. And there's not a lot of it left for MOUZ to use. Molotov towards the vent, smoke and mini, and see what you can get.
Snappi's already started to move forward. He's piecing this together and he wants to get ahead of the curve. Maden clears out that lurk. Exertion has no shot, and Snappi preoccupied in the fight. He doesn't win it, so Nertz has to. And he will pass that test. He will make sure MOUZ do not break through. He will make sure that ENCE are on 14 and that they are 2 rounds away from completing their dreams and getting a title. And we talk about what Frozen had to do. We talked about him having to be the rock for his team, and he's done that. He has delivered in those moments, but it clearly isn't enough, Jason. They haven't come together today, MOUZ.
No, this ENCE team just looks way too strong. 2 rounds away, their first trophy it would be since 2019.
The biggest trophy easily.
They failed on this stage last year against Cloud9 with the home crowd behind them. ENCE weren't able to overcome it, a stand-in as well. They've come back this year with a vengeance, with a new look, and Sunpius is thriving in it.
He is taken to the stage like he owns it. We've seen it in Cologne with Sunpius. That was his audition tape to get into this ENCE team. They wanted to bring him in. They've seen what he could do there, and they wanted some of that themselves. They wanted to see him do that for ENCE. And he's doing what he's been brought here to do. That first kill goes against JDC.
And this event, Sunpius is the second best player behind Device, who was eliminated earlier, but Sunpius certainly can't imagine the MVP trophy going anywhere else. He's been absolutely magical for this team, and he's going to add more on top of it at the end.
Maden's turn to fight on exertion. He has been winning that duel. It feels like every time. 24 kills from the Montenegrin. And he will have pride standing there up on the stage today. And this is now 15. Championship point for ENCE. All they've got to do is close on that final one. MOUZ will go through the motions. They will attempt to break through this B defense. But it is Snappi who's down here. Headshot and a closer on the second. It's map point, it's championship point for ENCE in Dallas. And Snappi started his career all those years ago, a decade in global offensive. There was moments of doubt of whether or not this career was even for him. There was times where he would pursue a career in finance, a career where he didn't think he was going to make it as a CSGO player. He spent the majority of it in Denmark until he made the decision to go international. And now 10 years later, from that 22-year-old, he's at the peak of power.
dycha spamming the smoke, finds nothing. Exertion is going to cross over. One last gasp from MOUZ. First player's down. dycha wants that trophy, double kill.
And MOUZ stand with not much life left. ENCE have been dreaming of this moment to return to Dallas 1 year later, where they missed out on the trophy. Snappi's brought some new guns to town, and what have they done? They have delivered him that title. Simpias and Nerds were not here last time. They've had an upgrade in firepower. And on their path here in Dallas, they have done it. Revenge on the tour. Dexter tries to prolong, but it's Nerds so sharp on that headshot, and the lone Australian has brought MOUZ so far, but this is the end of the road. ENCE come back in Dallas a year later, and they have done it. You look at Snappi, and you realize he's done so much, he's given so much, and one of the biggest dreams to pick up a title at this level, and it's been completed.
Adding to his resume to stand tall amongst the other great